Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this video real quick, and had a lot of trouble getting those back three bolts out of that EGR cooler, and I finally got it all kind of figured out. And so I never really saw any other videos that would show exactly what was going on or the best way of doing it. And so I'm gonna kind of show you what tools you're gonna need and kind of how I did it, and it worked pretty good once I got it figured out. So these are kind of the tools you're going to need right here. You're going to need this. I basically used as just a pry bar to get those heat shields pried back, because you can't get to those bolts to kind of move them around. So I pried those around, got those the hell away. I'll show you more about that here in just a second. If you don't have one of these, they're pretty daggum handy. That was a lifesaver because they're a lot thinner than a regular ratchet. You can just slide that down over that bolt in the back of that EGR. And so you're going to need there's two 13s and one 12 millimeter. And okay, I'll get up here and kind of show you what I did. So first of all, I took this off because it was right in the daggum road. Sorry. I took this off because it was right in the road of getting to those back two bolts. And I unplugged that electrical connector. Took all 5 of those torque screws off. That's a 25, T25 or whatever. So that son of a bitch off. And then you could get to those. That one's really all I had trouble with. And that bottom one was kind of bad. But once I got that broke loose and I pulled it out, it was connected right down there with that rod. But since I'm taking it off anyway, I didn't really care what happened. So I just took that pry bar down here like this, and I just finally broke it loose, and it broke it. And so once I got that out of there, toss it. You could get down here to these back two bolts, which are, there's one up top and one down here, and those are the two 13s. Yeah, those are the two 13s. Okay, and to get those, that's what I used here, is this little ratchet. Got those broke loose, and then that kind of came pretty easy. There's a heat shield back there that you got to get out of the way. You can kind of see it right there. It's kind of blocking your access point to where you can't really get in there very good. Try to point it out. It's right there where the tip of my finger's at. You got to pry it back out of the way. And once I got those two out, that wasn't too bad. But then I got over here, and this heat shield right here actually sits on top, like over your turbo and all that kind of stuff right here. So you got to take that off and just scoot it over kind of out of the way onto your transmission dipstick tube. And then there's 2 bolts here. One that holds this heater hose on. That one's not bad. You can take it off, no problem. But the other one down here, I think it's that one right there. You can kind of see it right there. That one's kind of hard to get to. What I did there was I just got a regular, well, it fell off. I got a regular 12 millimeter end wrench, and I got it stuck on there. And then I took, it's pretty tight, I took one of these little stubby wrenches right here, and you can kind of get it up there in between that firewall. I used it as a pry bar, broke it loose. Once I got it broke loose, I used that little ratchet again and spun it off as much as I could, and then I got it the rest of the way with my fingers. And after that, it just kind of came off. So that was pretty easy. And then there's 2 more bolts on top you got to take loose, but those are no big deal. But other than that, it took me a while to figure out all that stuff, so I thought if I could save somebody a little bit of time, I would. because I wish I'd have had this video. But anyways, good luck. Any questions, message or whatever. So this was an afterthought. I've already gone over the other stuff, but before I quit here, I was going to tell you, it says in the instructions there's 4 bolts, 1, 2 up top, and there's 2 down below. I thought that was going to be an absolute nightmare to get to those bottom 2, so I didn't take those off. I just left that all one piece, and it's going to come out just fine. So you can leave this on, this back one here, connected to that exhaust bypass valve. Leave that on. Take the rest of that junk off. This bottom one down here was kind of hard to get to. That one, well, it's not focusing. There it is. That one's hard to get to because that hose clamp was in the way. So I got everything broke loose that I could, and then I could pry up on this, stick something underneath it, and then I could get to it and take it off. And then the rest of that just popped right off, no problem. That was the other thing I was going to say. So, anything else, just holler.